Yes, the title of the video is true. Well, assuming it hasn't changed. When I uploaded this video, the title was about how I've never seen a Disney Channel original movie. If my YouTube channel has since gotten hacked and someone changed this video's title to I'm a little weenie boy who goes pee-pee in his pants, then it's not true. It's not true! Now you're probably wondering why I've never seen a Disney Channel original movie. Or maybe you don't give a rat's ass, in which case you can skip ahead to the movie portion of this video. You see, when I was a kid, my family didn't have cable TV. We had analog TV, which is a pain that younger generations will never know because they've only grown up with cable TV or streaming services. So first of all, with analog TV, we only got about 6.5 channels. And I say 6.5 because some channels looked like this. You would sometimes only get fragments of a TV station because the reception was extremely fickle and any particular day was a roll of the dice. If the TV antenna weren't positioned right, if it was raining, if a squirrel sneezed within a 10-mile radius, the image clarity would be bad. Sometimes so bad that it was unwatchable. So not only did you have to watch TV at the specific time that a show aired, but there was also a chance that you wouldn't even get to watch the show at all. You'd have to resort to watching some other channel that was airing like old shows from the 70s or something that you didn't even want to watch. Do you know what it's like to be a kid and to wake up early on Saturday morning to watch the season finale of Pokemon?
Charizard, I choose you!
And then you have to watch the Brady Bunch instead? Brady Bunch? I do not choose you. But what else am I gonna do? Go outside? I'd rather die. And I'll tell you this, people didn't like to talk about it, but it was true. There was a class system of TV watchers. We analog TV folk were looked down on by the cable TV people. I saw the judgment on other kids' faces when I would talk about Dragon Tales or Scooby-Doo. When other kids were watching Disney Channel and Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network, I was watching PBS. Peasant television. That's what PBS stood for back then, Peasant Broadcasting Service. And yeah, they had some bangers. Arthur is one of the all-time great cartoons, and I'll punch anyone who disagrees with me. So now you know why I've never seen a DCOM. My family didn't have cable and therefore didn't have access to the Disney Channel. And anytime I got access to cable TV at a friend's house or on vacation, I wasn't watching no DCOMs. There was too much other stuff to catch up on, so I thought it was time to finally change that. I spent a while deliberating over which DCOM to watch. There were some movies that definitely stood out to me more than others based on plot alone, like The Luck of the Irish, where a teenager must battle for a gold charm to keep his family from being controlled by an evil leprechaun. I love me some evil leprechauns. But ultimately, I decided I needed to choose a movie that would give me the quintessential Disney Channel original movie experience. Something super popular that would give me street cred with other people who were Disney Channel kids. And what I finally landed on was Camp Rock, the movie that helped propel the careers of the Jonas Brothers. And then I realized there's already a lot of Camp Rock commentary videos, so I went with Camp Rock 2 instead. That's right, I'm skipping straight to the sequel. So without further ado, let's get into the movie. Camp Rock 2, The Crimes of Grindelwald. Oh, I mean, the final jam. So the movie jumps right into things with almost no build-up, almost like there's a whole bunch of stuff that already happened before that I haven't seen. The main character, Mitchie, and her mom, who's a caterer, are returning to Camp Rock for the summer.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe we're finally here!
And right off the bat, we get a hint of the movie's main conflict. There's a new camp near Camp Rock that's called Camp Star, and the movie has a sharp tonal shift to let you know that this is bad news. The characters stare at the sign in shock, and the music gets real sinister.
Nothing can make me lose my focus. What is that? Somebody open another camp?
God, you would think that sign said Jurassic Park based on how dramatic this moment is. And then we're right back to the fun, lighthearted vibe. Mitchie reunites with her friend Caitlin and these 3 other girls who I'm assuming are also her friends, unless this is just how all teenage girls greet each other. So this girl is Caitlin, this girl is Tess, and unless I missed it, the names of these other 2 girls are never spoken in this movie. So I don't know what their names are, and I'll tell you something right now, I'm not looking it up, because you shouldn't make a movie where some of the main characters' names are never specified. I shouldn't have to look up the movie credits to see what the character names are. That's not my fault for starting with the sequel, that's Disney's fault. They should know their audience for this movie, which is obviously adult men who have never seen the first movie. So I'm just gonna take a guess at what these 2 girls' names are since I don't know. This girl looks like a Kaylee, and this girl looks like a Jennifer, but she has the personality of an Amanda, so I'm gonna guess her name is Jenna Fanda. And while we're on the topic of names, the oldest Jonas brother in this movie is named Shane, and the youngest Jonas brother is named Nate, and I could not for the life of me keep these 2 names straight. I realized halfway through my script that I had been calling Shane Nate, and at one point I literally wrote the name Shate in my script and didn't even realize it. Give your characters more different their names. So we learn, or at least I learned, that Mitchie is in kind of a complicated relationship with Shane, the oldest of the Jonas Brothers, who, by the way, are not actually the Jonas Brothers in this movie, but are in a band called Connect 3, and they're currently trying to repair their broken bus on the way to Camp Rock. And this is where it's first established that the middle Jonas brother is an idiot.
Oh, here you go. Is this from the tire? Yeah, I saw it laying on the ground before. Thought it was important, so I put it in my pocket. Why didn't you tell me this earlier? How could I have told you if I didn't remember until now? It's fine, just one bolt, right?
I mean, if a single bolt was the only thing holding that bus together, then that thing was a death trap anyway. Back at camp, we see a little of Mitchie singing and a lot of her teeth, because throughout the movie, she keeps doing this thing where she flashes her teeth like she just got her braces off and wants to show you. Now, I'm not poking fun at the real Demi Lovato here. I've seen her in interviews. She has a nice smile. This toothy grin is just something she does in this movie. Also, to be fair, it might be something Mitchie picked up from her mom.
I sure hope you've got something we can do at opening jam.
Kinda, maybe. Can we hear it? Okay. It's not finished.
It's okay, come on.
Not anything special.
Come on. Last year's old news.
I love when people act bashful about singing and then just belt it out.
Sing,
Come on,
sing
sing.
for us. Come on,
I can't
Come on,
sing
sing.
in front of everyone. I'm
Sing.
too
Come on, sing
shy.
for
I
us.
can't.
Sing. Come
Okay.
on.
Yeah, whoa.
I have a lot of lyrics, but the music's not really worked out yet. Oh, maybe we could just sing the first part over and over again.
Okay, so apparently this girl is the female this guy. They're both morons and honestly probably too dumb to even be at Camp Rock. They're so dumb they should be at Camp Stupid. Not one of my better burns. Yeah, I'll work on it. Her friends like the song, but it doesn't have any music yet. Fortunately, she hears a kid playing music on a guitar outside, and it just so happens to fit her lyrics perfectly.
Let's rock.
And this is where we get our first musical number, Brand New Day. I'd love it if there was one kid who just didn't know any of the lyrics or dances.
Pardon me, everyone. I thought this was rock camp, so I don't know any of the songs or dances, but if anyone would care to discuss the differences between igneous and sedimentary rocks, I would be happy to do so.
I love how this camp is full of instruments. Like throughout this song, everyone has instruments at the ready, and they even have a room full of drums. But they have this kid playing The Steps. Now, from the very first musical number, we get our first glimpse at some pretty interesting things about this camp. Number one is that there was what I would describe as a shocking amount of breakdancing for a camp that's dedicated to music. Why are there so many breakdancers here? Do they think breakdancing counts as music? Is head spinning an instrument? The second thing that stands out to me is that there is a shitload of bracelets at this camp. I mean, there's hardly a bare wrist in sight. It must be camp law that you have to have multiple bracelets. I think Caitlin buys hers in bulk. I also can't help noticing that in one shot of this musical number, they chose to use a fake background of a creek, and not only is it fake, but it's also a static image of a creek. I don't know why they felt like that was necessary. Were they worried that fans would be outraged by the lack of creeks in this movie? Not enough creeks, 4 out of 10. But overall, it's a decent musical number. Got me pretty pumped for a brand new day. After the song, the camp director Brown comes on stage. Yes, his name is Brown because I guess that's a first name now.
Whether you're slick and happening or dark and jamming, Camp Rock is the place to be, yeah? All right!
What? Are those things opposite? Slick and happening and dark and jammin'? I think he's just saying random words. Whether you're sick and diseased or covered in bees, Camp Rock is the place for you.
I'm sure you've noticed that there aren't quite as many of you as in years past, but not to worry.
Yay, bales of hay! It's a bale of hay. So Connect 3 shows up and everyone loses their minds.
Connect 3!
I guess he's dead.
Connect 3!
Connect 2!
He's the one who said he can make anything look cool. And I believe he stands corrected.
Chicken on the head. Only an elite few can make it look cool. So this is where we learn that the new camp across the lake, Camp Star, was founded by Axel Turner, the disgraced ex-member of Brown's band.
Axel Turner, the guy who owns Star Records, he's across the lake.
And Camp Star surprises Camp Rock with goodie bags full of s'more ingredients that they seem weirdly excited by.
It's full of marshmallows. This one has chocolate.
Graham crackers!
There's also an invitation to join Camp Star for a bonfire tonight. Everyone gets excited, but Brown suspects that it's a setup.
This is a setup for what I'm not sure.
So they go over to Camp Star later that night against Brown's wishes, and holy crap, Camp Star isn't a camp, it's a compound. They built an entire teen rocker industrial complex in 1 year.
Oh, got it. I think we should add this to the uncool list. A little help?
He can't get out of a boat? Are these brothers the freaking Three Stooges? What's going on? So we find out here that Camp Rock also has some younger kids who are immediately accosted by the middle Jonas brother.
Is that a camera button?
Don't touch it.
What, do you think I'm gonna drop it in the water?
I like that the second he sees a kid holding something cool, he turns into a kid too and is like, mine!
You dropped it, Curly. You swim for it.
Curly? Oh my god, these brothers really are the Three Stooges. What if they pulled the camera out of the water and looked at the photoreel and it was a bunch of fish taking selfies? So this is where we first meet Axel, the owner of Camp Star and Brown's ex-bandmate.
Brown, my man. Long time.
And just like Brown suspected, the event turns out to be a bait and switch. Instead of a bonfire, everyone is seated in a giant amphitheater for some sort of live show.
Look, they actually have a real wardrobe department with incredible fabric, and they let me make this. Uh-oh, I think I just sewn my scarf to my bra.
Please don't become a surgeon. Uh-oh, I think I just stitched this man's bladder to his esophagus. This girl and the middle Jonas brother are so dumb, they should be at camp dumb as a rock. Yes, found it! Roasted your asses! Nate meets a member of Camp Star named Dana that he immediately starts crushing on.
Hey, pouty boy. You better hurry, the bonfire's about to start.
You know, we should probably go. Take our seats.
So the show starts, and it turns out that Camp Star is putting on an extravagant live performance, and we can tell from the reactions of Camp Rock that it's serious business. Middle Jonas is so stunned that he like physically recoils a little bit. And Nate just has this look of like solemn resignation. He's like, it's over. They've already won. But dude, what if we get cool outfits and dance too? We could compete. No, you don't get it. We could never pull off a fedora like that. We're too white. It's game over. That guy is at a level of cool that we'll never be able to attain. He even makes it look cool to have a chicken on his head. Even Shane couldn't pull that off. At the end of the performance, Dana's bracelet flies off her wrist and hits Nate in the eye. Well, he should be grateful it was just one bracelet. If it was someone from Camp Rock performing up there, it might have been 6 bracelets. At the end of the performance, Axel finally drops his facade and reveals his true intentions for this whole shebang.
If there are any Camp Rock counselors or staff who'd like to make the switch, I'd be more than willing to double your salary.
I barely have enough staff as it is.
My program director is a raccoon.
And if there are any Camp Rock campers who'd like to join us, well, I'm sure we could find you a bunk. Oh, did I mention? Our cabins are air-conditioned.
Dude, this place isn't even a camp. It's a full-blown campus. Like, people go to camp to be closer to nature. I don't think they would leave for a place just because it's more high-tech. Also, this guy dresses like a villain. That should also be a deterrent.
Oh, and did I mention our cabins are air-conditioned, our food is made with nanomachines, and we have a real Death Star.
Wow, I love camp. So a bunch of the Camp Rock people start defecting to Camp Star.
Hey, just so you know, there's no air conditioning in the 9th circle of hell, traitors!
So Nate gives Dana her bracelet back, and she uses it as an opportunity to flirt with him. And this is where we learn that Nate has absolutely no game with girls.
Here, you don't want to lose it.
You can keep it if you want.
What would I do with a bracelet?
I already have 40.
I'm glad you're okay. You have really pretty eyes. I didn't mean to make you uncomfortable.
No, it's all good. People tell me that all the time. Probably because they're right in the middle of my face. So.
Is that why no one's ever complimented my eyes? Like, dude, are you an alien? Just say thanks.
You were amazing up there.
I'm just glad it's finally over. Every time I go on, I'm almost sure I'm gonna throw up.
Well, I bet you have really pretty throw up. This is also where we discover that Axel is actually Dana's dad.
My dad's actually Turner.
He's your dad.
And Mitchie's friend Tess is one of the Camp Rockers who joins Camp Star.
My mom said yes, I get to make the switch.
The next day, Camp Rock has a meeting where Brown makes an announcement.
The good news is, and this really warms my heart, we lost very few campers last night.
The bad news is doctors have informed me that my chest hair is rapidly spreading across my entire body. They believe it will reach my head by the end of next week, at which point it will go up my nostrils and into my body, consuming me from the inside. I will be nothing more than a giant ball of hair. I won't be capable of any normal human functions, but if you'd like, you can wear me on your head like a wig. I can't make too much fun, I'm a hairy guy myself. I don't even have chest hair. I have front hair. The entire front of my body is hairy. I have to shave my eyeballs.
But we did lose quite a few of our remaining staff, which means Camp Rock is closed. Effective immediately.
Everyone is disappointed to learn the camp has to close for the remainder of the summer, but Mitchie decides they can't go down without a fight. This is where we get the next musical number, We Can't Back Down, where Mitchie tries to rally the troops and convince everyone to save the camp.
We can't back down.
And we get our first taste of Mitchie's bossy side. Several campers try to get up and leave during the song, and Mitchie physically restrains them. We can't back down. Sit back down. And during the song, I realized that even though the movie is a musical, it's making the kind of odd creative choice to establish that there is actual music being played during the songs. Like in this song, I thought the music was just like magically playing in the ether because it's a musical, right? I mean, we'd all accept that as the reality of the movie.
We can't back down.
But then halfway through the song, it's revealed that there's been a DJ in the room playing music the whole time. I like that they have an entire DJ booth in the mess hall just in case a song breaks out during lunch. That DJ must be like eagerly hoping every little thing turns into a song. Oh man, look guys, they're out of ketchup. We want more ketchup. We want more ketchup. We want more ketchup. These fries are too dry. Anyone? No? Then immediately after the song ends, it cuts to Brown walking into his cabin where several can't back downers are already in there waiting for him. I guess this is supposed to be a bit later, but the way it's edited, it seems like Brown walked out of the mess hall back to his cabin, the kids did a 3-minute song, and then they appeared at Brown's cabin before he got there. I don't know if the kids can teleport or if Brown is just an incredibly slow walker. So they're all wearing counselor hats ready to step up and fill the roles of the missing staff. It's a tall order, but for Brown, they have to try. If it's Brown, we can't back down. Which is the opposite of the advice for bears. Should probably make that clear at a camp in the woods.
What's going on?
What's going on? Why is everyone wearing hats that say counselor? After I said that the camp has to close down because we don't have enough counselors. With a sign on the wall saying we're volunteering as camp counselors so that Camp Rock doesn't have to close down. I mean, what is going on? I'm in the dark here.
Well, you said you needed some new counselors, so I found you some.
And it looks like I should call this staff meeting to order.
Guys, I already told you I'm not gonna be doing this. Jason.
What? Oh. Yeah, so it turns out Captain Dumbass over here is named Jason. And I gotta say, between this movie and The Good Place, I'm not thrilled about how characters named Jason are gigantic morons. I feel like my name is being dragged through the mud. I want Jasons to have better representation in media, especially Jasons in camp-themed media. They really have a bad track record. So Nate dupes Jason into being the counselor for the kids' cabin, which seems like child endangerment. Hey, I got an idea. Let's put the dumb idiot in charge of the children. We get this montage of the Camp Rockers goofing up as they try to get their bearings in their new counselor roles. They have a few screw-ups at first, but eventually start getting into the swing of things.
All right, circle, down, head, meet, out.
Pardon?
All right, circle, down, head, meet, out.
What? She said meet out.
Enough! Do you want to rock? Why should I show you the first thing about being a rock star if you don't want to show me any respect? Okay then.
I don't know why kids are doing crafts at a music camp. Are they building the instruments themselves? I guess Camp Rock is really on hard financial times, huh? Listen up, Camp Star. We may not have money, but we have heart. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we really need money, don't we? Man, I told you a guitar made of glue wouldn't work. You didn't play it right. Meanwhile, Mitchie's mom is having trouble with the catering side of things.
What's going on?
This isn't working. Yesterday, I ordered 50 pounds of black beans, and they delivered 50 cases of beach balls instead.
You gotta admit, Mom, you don't have the best handwriting.
Yeah, that kind of seems like your fault. That doesn't sound like a problem caused by the new counselors. We then see Nate being a total creepazoid, spying on Dana through a pair of binoculars. He decides to head over to Camp Star to get a closer look, and has a bit of trouble along the way, but he eventually makes it over, meets up with Dana, and once again does his best human impression. And somehow his conversation skills with Dana are even worse than before.
Don't suppose you came over here to see anyone in particular?
No, just getting some exercise.
Do you play a lot of sports?
Canoeing. That's pretty much it.
I played soccer when I was little, but who doesn't?
Oh, dude, I know you're probably new to this planet, but just try to engage a little bit. So, in an attempt to boost morale, Mitchie gets the idea to challenge Camp Star to a music competition to prove that Camp Rock is superior. The next day, they all march over to Camp Star, get on stage, and Mitchie proposes a final jam.
So you guys didn't really give us a chance to answer back the other night. Camp Rock versus Camp Star, the final jam. What do you guys think about that?
So Camp Rock and Camp Star launch into a song and dance about how they're going to do a song and dance later. This is getting too meta. It's a little hard to tell what's happening in this musical musical number narratively because it starts off framed like a confrontation. It even looks like Tess tries to bite Mitchie like a snake at one point, but then they start dancing with each other like they're on the same team, but then they go back to squaring off with each other. At one point, they look into the camera and start getting all up in my grill, like I'm supposed to start singing and dancing too. Axel is impressed by this and supports the idea of a competition. And not only that, he also suggests airing the competition on TV for the whole world to see.
What if we put this little competition on TV?
How many connections does this guy have that he can just air a high school music competition on TV on a whim? Later that day, Mitchie shows the gang some lyrics for a song she wrote a long time ago that they could perform for the competition.
I lay pretty, pretty flowers on your grave. You're on the wrong page. Yeah, that song was for my hamster's funeral. Oh, this is perfect. Yeah, it looks like there's some great spots for dancing.
Well, that's not saying much. You could technically dance to anything. You could dance to someone reading out the nutrition facts label on a box of cereal.
And it's got a great groove.
How would you know it has a great groove just from the lyrics? This kid has a whole other musical going on in his head right now. He just starts singing and dancing out of nowhere, wanders off. No one ever sees him again. It's got a great groove. Brown is upset that Mitchie arranged this competition because he thinks if they lose to Camp Star on live TV, then it will be the end of Camp Rock because Camp Star will seem like the better music camp.
How could she do that? I told Mitchie, Axel Turner cannot be trusted.
Axel Turner cannot be trusted. Oh no, that's not just a poster. Oh no, that's really you, Axel. You can't fool me.
I'm not sure why he keeps a poster in his cabin of his ex-bandmate that he dislikes. And I don't know why Brown is British, by the way, especially when Axel isn't. This is a very American movie, and then there's just one British guy who's like, blimey, Mitchie is bloody mental if she thinks Axel can be trusted, love. Oh, that's a load of soggy biscuits, isn't it?
He took advantage is what he did. He saw an opportunity and went for it. An opportunity to destroy me once and for all.
He omits so many T's in his speech.
He saw an opportunity and went for it.
We don't have the resources, the infrastructure, the money. Talent, passion, commitment. Yeah, we've got that. It's not gonna matter.
It is not gonna matter. We've got to have the money. I've already had to sell off half the T's of my sentences just to pay our bills. Pretty soon, this will be the only T I've got left.
After this, we are done. And not just for the summer. For good.
Mitchie overhears this conversation because she's standing right outside the cabin door, which Brown somehow doesn't notice. She runs away in tears, but then bounces back the next morning, reinvigorated with even more determination, putting up signs with not just one, but 2 thumbtacks.
From this moment on, everything is about winning the competition.
What about swimming and water skiing and stuff?
What about it? This is a music camp. I don't think it's so ridiculous to say everyone should be focused on music. So they all get back to work, but Shane is starting to feel frustrated by the fact that he and Mitchie haven't gotten to spend any quality time with each other. Meanwhile, Nate is once again doing some long-range creeping on Dana.
Take my advice and never get a girlfriend.
Wow, he went red pill with no hesitation.
I don't think that'll be a problem.
This arrangement is working for me just fine. Oh man, she knows I'm here. No, it's not kinky. Such a creep. I feel like this is sending the wrong message to young boys. Girls love it when they catch you spying on them. So the stress of everything is getting to Mitchie, and she starts taking it out on the other campers.
What's going on? You guys haven't made any progress since I left like half an hour ago. You guys done already?
No, he was just telling me the story about his sister. It's hilarious. You have to tell her.
Oh, is it the one about the group of kids that didn't take their job seriously and then the camp shut down? Yeah, I think I've heard it.
Wow. Snarky.
Hey, remember those lyrics I wrote for my hamster that said, I lay pretty, pretty flowers on your grave? That's gonna be about you if you don't start working harder.
After Mitchie's outburst, Shane and Brown insinuate that they've got a plan.
Okay, I think you know what you've got to do.
I'm on it.
So right as Mitchie is getting started with rehearsal, Shane and a bunch of the kids sabotage it with a water fight, presumably destroying thousands of dollars worth of music equipment.
Oh, this was not on the schedule!
When did Mitchie's mom become such a square? But this wasn't on the schedule!
Are you kidding? This is what summer camp is all about! Counterattack!
This is what music camp is all about! Doing nothing related to music! Yippee!
I don't know how Brown and Shane were so on the same page about this that Shane knew what Brown was suggesting without even saying it.
I think you know what you've got to do.
I'm on it.
Well, Shane, this is the moment we've been training for. It's time to launch Operation Mitchie is Being Bitchy. Oh, sorry, Mitchie. This is what you get for being so bossy towards everyone. You reap what you sow. That's so reaping. So the whole evening goes by without any work getting done, and while everyone's chilling out by the fire, Mitchie is nowhere to be found.
Has anybody seen Mitchie?
I don't know. She missed dinner.
Okay, thanks.
Look at that fire. Right here.
Wow, now that is a group that has run out of things to talk about.
Look at that fire. Right here.
Look at the fire. Fire is like so hot, you know? It's like crazy how hot fire is. Shane finds Mitchie and tries to pull her away from her work to have a picnic, but she's not having it.
Because you and I are going on a moonlight picnic.
Do you not understand everything that needs to get done? And the water balloon fight, I mean, what were you thinking?
I was thinking, wow, wouldn't it be nice to have a little fun?
So you're saying I'm not fun?
I mean, I don't think anyone who has to say that is fun.
So you're saying I'm not fun? I am fun. Ask anyone. Kaylee, tell him I'm fun. Devin, you think I'm fun, right? I'm fun? Jennifanda, tell him I'm fun. Say I'm fun. Don't make me slap you again, Jennifanda.
I don't know if I'm supposed to be on Shane's side here, but I'm kind of with Mitchie. She doesn't need to be so bossy, but if this competition really is going to decide the fate of the camp, they do need to rehearse as much as they can. Also, again, it's a music camp. They should be practicing music. So then we get another musical number all about how Shane and Mitchie are polar opposites, but they still wouldn't change a thing about each other. And this is where I'm confused about the whole reality of the musical numbers, because every song up to this point has had visible musicians playing the music to show us that, yes, there really is music being played in their world. But now during this song, Shane starts playing the music on his guitar, but then he sets his guitar down and the music keeps going somehow. So either the music is magically playing in the universe, or Shane has a guitar that you just strum a few times and then it takes the song the rest of the way. We're the moon and the sun, you're not any fun. The next day, Mitchie walks out to the gathering area and sees that Shane has gotten everyone up early to practice. Then we get another song, this time all about how all you need to rock and roll is to have heart and soul.
Well, it's easy for you guys, but we're not all rock stars.
But you can be.
If you got heart and soul, you can rock and roll.
And then they show a bunch of kids doing crazy breakdance moves. Being a rock star isn't hard. All you gotta do is 3 back handsprings. So after the song, Nate bumps into Dana again, and the sparks are still not flying.
You came to see me?
Good guess.
Well, here I am.
That's all you have to say to me.
I don't know what else I'm supposed to say.
An alien. A straight up extraterrestrial from planet Blizznorp sent to Earth to find a female hominid to mate with so he can repopulate his home planet. I think even E.T. would have better game with girls than Nate does. Although to be fair, E.T. would probably be pretty popular with the ladies, what with those long fingers and all, if you know what I'm getting at. Imagine getting fingered by E.T.
E.T.
I wonder if I'll ever get a sponsor.
I guess I just thought you were different.
I am different.
I'm more dense than any other guy.
Have you ever told me anything about yourself? You know, other than you like canoeing?
Well, I don't really like canoeing.
Oh, good. So I really know nothing about you.
I still don't know what I'm supposed to say.
I told you I like canoeing, and I told you I don't like canoeing. What else is there to say?
I think you just did.
Dana, wait. I do like canoeing? Shane and Mitchie, meanwhile, finally get some quality time together and mend their relationship.
I take back what I said about girlfriends.
They may not be fun, but they can be sweet. The brothers have a little heart-to-heart with each other and help Nate work through his girl problems, and we get a rare look at the 4th Jonas brother.
I really like her, but I'm having a hard time telling her how I really feel.
She just wants to know you care enough to let her know who you are.
Well, I care. Just don't know how to say it.
Well, if you can't say it, you can sing it.
Why is he looking at the horse like that's relevant to his solution?
That's it. I should date a horse instead. It will be so much simpler.
Hi, Dana. Kind of makes you jump, doesn't it?
Sneaking up on someone and scaring them? Yeah, it usually does. This kid cannot not be weird or creepy around girls.
It's a list of things that nobody knows about me.
Oh my god, Nate, these are crimes. You're the Zodiac Killer?
So Nate starts playing Dana a song before she goes off to practice. What if it was just the same song that Shane and Mitchie sang earlier, but with slightly different words? We're Blizz, Norpin, Zortan 6, like two different. So the lyrics are just a bunch of random weird stuff about himself so that Dana can feel like she knows him. It's basically TMI the song.
I really like you when the moon looks like a toenail.
Okay, could have told her your favorite movie or something, but I guess that works too. So amazingly, it works, and Nate wins back Dana's interest. Back at Camp Rock, the kids show Mitchie some footage from their time at camp, and it gives her an idea. Why does Jason sound like he's screaming in agony in this video?
Ah! This isn't shaving cream, it's acid! Where did you guys get acid?
You guys just gave me the best idea ever. Thank you.
Ew, gross, you stink, Mitchie. When's the last time you showered? In the lead up to the performance, there's hints that Axel may have rigged the competition in Camp Star's favor.
You know her?
Nah, I know everyone.
So Camp Star performs their song and they knock it out of the park, and Nate watches Dana the only way he knows how. Creepily. I'm surprised he isn't way in the back of the stadium looking at her through binoculars. Backstage, Brown discovers that Axel has been pulling some strings.
It'd be a miracle if Axel didn't win.
Excuse me?
He's paying to text and tweet every cell phone user in the Western Hemisphere.
The Western Hemisphere? Not just the Western United States? Yeah, they sent out texts to all of North America, South America, and half of Antarctica. They basically have the penguin vote on lock.
Wish us luck.
Good luck.
Dana, he is the enemy.
Not everything in life is a competition.
Yes, it is. I win this conversation. It's Camp Rock's time to perform, and we see that Mitchie's big idea for the show was to play footage from their time at camp on the big screen. And for some reason, they use a clip of the kids pulling the prank on Jason where they put shaving cream in his hand while he's asleep, then tickle his face to get him to wipe the cream on his face. And they play this clip over and over for some reason. You'd think this was a camp where all they do is pull the shaving cream prank on people. Mitchie was like, I have a great idea. We'll make Jason look like a fool in front of the whole world. Jason is so stupid, he probably didn't even understand what was happening here. Oh, what the heck? I have shaving cream on my face? I guess that means it's time to shave. And oh hey, those beach balls that were ordered on accident came in handy after all.
I ordered 50 pounds of black beans and they delivered 50 cases of beach balls.
I guess it's a good thing that order was messed up earlier. Probably would have ruined the performance if they had dumped a bunch of beans on the audience. So the performance goes off without a hitch, everyone's proud, the results roll in, and Camp Rock loses. Back at camp, everyone regroups, and as they sing their final song, Camp Star campers start showing up in canoes. It turns out they want to be a part of Camp Rock, because Camp Rock has got the heart and soul after all.
Can I get a little help inside? The phones are going crazy.
I told my parents I want to come here instead next summer.
So overall, I actually kind of like this movie. I wouldn't watch it just for fun, but if I had seen it when I was a kid, I think I would have been totally into it. And I like the ending. They lost the big competition, but they won hearts and minds. It's a nice way of having a happy ending without doing the obvious thing. Guys, if you're craving the camp experience, I have got something for you. It's not quite a camp, but I do have a clubhouse. And if you want to join, all you have to do is hit the subscribe button, and you're in. I like how this guy can't stop dancing even when he's talking.
I keep getting lost behind her big head.
I keep getting lost behind her big head.